Hey everybody out there today, how y'all doing? Hey, I'm bringing y'all a powerful show today, and we're gonna talk about, when someone tells you, when you talk about the conditions of people of African descent in this country or people around the world, and they accuse you of being a racist for telling the truth and bringing forth the truth because you won't change, because that's what the truth demands. It demands change. So we're gonna give you the real truth of who is racist, what's going on, and how we can have a solution and work towards a solution about this problem, right? Okay, check this out. Okay, they say, hey, Carlton, why you talking about race? Why is it all about race? Well, okay, when I apply for a job, I got to put my race on it. When I apply for a loan, I have to put my race on it. When I apply for a house or an apartment, I have to put my race on it. Anything you do, a license, even when you go to jail, they log down your race so they can identify you by your race so that they can implement this white supremacy system of democracy. It is apartheid on the highest level, where everything is identified by race. The reason we can't open businesses in the community, because when you apply for the loan, you have to put down your race. See, Martin Luther King said it best about that a time would come when you would not be judged by the color of your skin, but by the content of your character. And as long as these people use race as an identifying factor in everything that we do, we can never get rid of this racist system in America. These people have did this so long, right? Identifying by race, they on autopilot. If you even mention, hey, this is not right, they say, oh no, you a racist. Now they coming up with anti-Semitism because you are saying the truth about what's going on and demanding change, right? Well, we will never stop. Since they have came to this country and invaded this country and have implemented this white supremacist democracy apartheid system of identifying us by race, they changed our name from the original people. My grandmother was full-blooded Cherokee. She told me my history. She told me who I was. She taught me my history. I know exactly who I am, and I don't need your permission to acknowledge it before I can be who the God Almighty created me to be. When I am born, I am crowned with honor, and I inherit the earth. You have took away our rights by force. I want to let you know about the communities, which they call ghettos and neighborhoods. Have you ever heard of the Trail of Tears, when they marched the native, aboriginal, Indian people all across this country and put us in communities, reservations? This is what you're living on. You are not a slave, you are a prisoner of war, and they have occupation force, and the police was created to keep us crowded, and while they implement this system where we are identified by race, it's why people come from all over the world. Now they have this system all over the world, even in Africa. African youth, the only way that you can change the system in your country is you have to get rid of this democratic, white supremacist, apartheid system of identifying people by race. They even use education as part of the white supremacy system, right? They use mass incarceration where they create records. And then these people was talking about forgiveness. So we're going to be talking about that on the next show, because I was listening to some powerful African sisters in Africa, a prophetess, and she talked about it, it being a spell. We're not talking about forgiving family. We're not talking about, forgiving our neighbor. It's bigger than that. So, we're going to do that on the next video. But when someone accuses you of a race as being a racist, well, you say, hey, I live in this apartheid system of America, run by a bunch of white supremacist racists who are still at war, still in our continent, right? And don't want to do away with the system because they are still doing it. All the things that they have done before, the reason that the government and all of them don't want to acknowledge it because they still doing it, right? And we need to get rid of this race identification system. So, please comment below, man, because this is a serious conversation, and we need to take this conversation on every social media platform, and we need to demand change. We need to go to our city councils and all of their meetings and request to get rid of this white supremacist, democratic, apartheid, race identification system that has destroyed our communities, destroyed the future of our children. We can't even open businesses in our community because we are identified by race through this racist, demonic system of race identification in America. So I know you have to agree with me because I'm speaking pure truth, coming straight with walking with God Almighty and the angels, right? To bring you a message of change. How do we bring a solution to what we are going through in this country as a people? Violence is not the answer. But intelligence and the people coming together, we can bring change from this white supremacist, democracy, apartheid, racial identification system. Remember, it's not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about us learning to dance in the rain together. Each one teach one. I love you.